this is clearly a paradox. And I think that any reasonable person would come to the conclusion that he doesn't hate women. He's just not good at communicating, and sometimes he says things that are dumb. And the problem is that if you put a person in front of a camera for 6 to 8 hours a day for, let's say, 5 days a week, and you do this for 2 years, you're going to get a number of clips that can especially be taken out of context to make the person look bad. Now, anybody would be like that. Even apologized for it and said it was wrong? Yeah, and that's another thing, is he apologized for what he said, so it's like, why is he getting banned if he apologized for it? Internet likes to witch hunt and Twitch provides the torches. Well, the problem is that whenever you have a witch hunt like that, and then Twitch actually takes action over it, what you do is you give those people, you're sharpening their pitchforks, you're giving them a reward for getting angry and being vitriolic and misunderstanding something. Komen's talking about the best way to commit terrorist acts on top of multiple sexist takes against women. Oh man, I watch them all the time. I mean, I think that some people might be assuming what I'm saying is that nothing should happen to Quinn at all. And I never said that. I never said that at all. I just think that banning him for 2 weeks isn't the solution. Quinn is a 10K plus streamer, and I think that Twitch owes him a small conversation where they just say, hey man, some of the stuff you say is really kind of over the line, and we're hoping that you can tone it down and stop saying that stuff. And I think if they had sat down with Quinn and just told him that and explained it to him, that like, you know, this kind of stuff is like, it makes us look bad, and like then you're on the platform, and you know, like you just have you treat him like an adult, right? You treat him like a person. Like Quinn's making over 6 figures a year. Like treat him like a professional who's you know, wildly successful on your platform. It's almost like it's like Twitch's goal isn't to make money. It's not to do anything else. It's just to punish streamers. Because like anybody who would talk about the Quinn situation would say that this isn't the first time that Quinn has said something that's ridiculous. And what I mean by that is that there's clearly a pattern of behavior that has been occurring throughout a long period of time. And the reason why that pattern of behavior happens is, I can pretty well bet, because Twitch never said anything to Quinn. Twitch never sat down with Quinn and said, hey, listen, you know, I understand, we know you're coming from the right place, but you're just making an ass out of yourself and it makes us look bad, so stop fucking doing it. You know, it's that simple. Twitch viewers are getting increasingly sensitive. It's fucking sad. They're not increasingly sensitive, they're increasingly vindictive. I think that a lot of Twitch viewers don't like the fact that Twitch streamers have a life that they envy, and so they look for ways to bring people down a notch and bring people down a peg. And I think that's the big reason why people are, quote, sensitive. It's because they know that acting that way will to some degree like right the wrongs that they believe in the world. Oh fuck, it got turned off. Give me a second. minute. Where's the music? The fuck? So people have nothing better to do to shit on what they're jealous of? I think it's just as simple as this. There are a lot of people who I'll just put on music while I talk about this. Your success offends me, I'll find a way to bring balance. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are like that. Is that they know it like it gives them power. Like by being offended and getting really upset, it gives them power to have control over people that they feel like are above them. So I don't think most people that listen to what Quinn says, I think that if you listen to what Quinn said, like the woman clip recently, like a reasonable person would be like, ah, that's stupid. And that's it, right? Freedom of speech is not freedom from consequence. He said stuff that pissed a lot of people off. Well, freedom of speech is freedom from consequence, really. Because what do you think it is? Like, you had freedom of speech. Like, so, like, what's the logic in that? Because in the Soviet Union, you had freedom of speech. You could say whatever you want. It's just that they kill you for it. So what you're really saying is that it's not illegal. And I think that there's clearly an essence of being, yeah, there's just that consequence, right? It's just a consequence. So freedom of speech is always built around the conversation of what is the consequence for bad speech. That's not true. That's not freedom of speech means you can't be in prison. Doesn't mean private entities can't enact consequence. Yeah, no, you're right, and I just don't agree with the way that that's applied. But what I'm saying is to say that it's free, like what you really mean is that the freedom of speech is that the government does not punish you. But I dislike the idea that, you know, any consequence from speech is fine, because that's fundamentally the opposite of freedom, period. How private entities work around silencing someone based on political beliefs. I think the saying is freedom of speech is not freedom from social consequence. Yeah. But viewers are forcing the private companies to act. I don't really think so. I think if Quinn didn't get banned, no, it wouldn't really matter. I mean, the individual person has like no real power over the company. You see this all the time. Oh, thanks for the raid that mods. I'm actually getting ready to head out. You think it's because popular streamers should be given different treatment? Yeah, I think that if you're more popular, you should probably be given better treatment. Absolutely. Or at least like given more leeway. Just like in real life. Yeah, that's how it works anywhere. That's what makes sense. If somebody has more value to a company or to a group or an organization, they get more leeway. That's why in private companies inherit more power in the government. You get an oligarchy. Yeah, I don't really like I don't like that stuff either. I'm very much not a fan of that. The Sans Power Company can do what they want until they do something they don't like. Well, to me personally, I don't really care about if something's a private company or not. Because everything in society exists. I think every company and everything that exists in society should exist for the benefit of society. So if something is existing in society in a way that harms the public, then it should not exist in that facility anymore. Because the government, that's the government's job. So I'm a socialist. I don't really put names on the things because the names and the words and the labels and stuff like that, I think it's just an example or a way for small-minded people to compartmentalize things that don't really need to be compartmentalized. Sounds overreaching. Oh, it is overreaching, and I think it's better for the government to be overreaching than a company. I've said this before, I have literally I place no value really in the autonomy of private companies, and I think that generally private companies are worse than the government. So I don't really care about their freedoms. I don't care about their autonomy. I think that usually it doesn't help. It doesn't help anybody. So yeah, it's like the government kind of allows everything to exist, and so the government's supposed to be helping the people. That's why the government exists. And so if the government is being used to prop up some type of thing that's just making it worse for everybody, then the government's not really doing its job. Government is a private company. Let's not be obtuse here. You know what I'm talking about. Government exists to exert power over people. Well, that's exactly what it exists for. The government is just a large apparatus that people can use to legitimize force. Government's corrupt as fuck, though. Yeah, but a corporation's even more corrupt. I mean, everything is going to be corrupt to an extent. And there's going to be people inside of everything that are bad. The bigger it is, more corrupt it is. Sometimes, yeah. At least government has some responsibility to the people. Corporations only have responsibility to profit. Well, this is the example I've used, and like why I say what I say, is that the government got rid of slavery in 1865, and private companies use slavery today. Private companies are just amoral, and they'll do whatever they can to make money. Given government overreaching powers worked out well throughout history? Well, I mean, you could make the same stupid throwaway comment about giving companies power and how well that worked out too. I mean, it's not like you're not making any sort of a profound statement there. Neither. I think that what I'm saying is maybe not necessarily profound, but I think it's right. I think it's evident through what we see every day. Freedom ends where other people's begins. If you're free to post whatever you want on other people's platforms, They wouldn't have freedom to moderate their content. Well, I think that there should be some accountability to moderation. I've said before that I think social media should be regulated. I know this is not a popular opinion with a lot of people, but I think that social media should be regulated. The government should check corporation, but those same corporations bribe politicians. Oh, I think that's bad too. They're both bad. Like fake news on Facebook? Yeah. I mean, like, if somebody is, like, deliberately spreading misinformation, or a company is deliberately doing it, yeah, I think there should be some degree of accountability to that. Asking the government to enforce misinformation regulations is a dangerous path. I don't really think it's as dangerous as you think it is. I think there are common sense applications to that 90% of people agree on. And you just stop there. Like, you're not going to be able to, every single instance of misinformation, get rid of it. But I think that in general, you can cut down on a lot of it. Who says it's misinformation, though? Well, a group of people who are appointed to make that decision, obviously. Because what you're really saying is that, because, like, they obviously already make that decision now. Appointed or elected? Well, everything's elected to some degree. You just have to figure out who's appointing people, if that's what it is. Who decides if it's misinfo? Don't think that should apply to individuals. It's just a case-by-case basis. I mean, you can't make... I think a lot of people try to... they try to make rules that apply to everybody in every circumstance. And the truth is that life is just so complicated that you can never do that. There's too many infinite combinations of events for you to just write a rule and say this is what it's going to be. To have a minister of truth who watches the watchman? Well, the people do, because the people can vote to change things. Because right now, like, let's say if Twitter bans somebody, you're very wrong on this. Why am I wrong? Because fact checkers work so well right now. That's stupid. I'm banning you. So you're looking at this from, like, this like current, like, political climate perspective that fact checkers are saying things that aren't true about vaccines. Like, I don't care about that. And any normal person that can see beyond what's immediately in front of them shouldn't care about that. It doesn't really matter, because it's like the vaccine and COVID will eventually go away. It will. This will eventually go away. Probably in 2-3 years, it'll be gone. And then what happens after that? You're still stuck with the same problem. People said that 2 years ago? Yeah, but eventually it'll be true. I mean, the public already doesn't care about COVID as much as it used to. People are walking around without masks on all the time. People are not taking it as seriously, and I think that most people are just losing interest in caring about it. What happens to government's lobby to sway misinformation one way or another? Well, that's bad in itself. I mean, I don't think lobbying is good either. Can't be in panic mode for years at a time. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a certain amount of, like, fatigue that creates, and, like, now you're seeing that where people don't really care a whole lot about social about like social gatherings or, you know, social distancing. If I go out somewhere now or I see videos of other people, you know, just recording out in public, nobody's wearing masks, nobody gives a shit. And there's like a threshold that people get to where it's like, I'm tired of being worried about this, and so I don't care anymore. Do you believe COVID's artificial? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I don't know anything about it. I think everybody is going to type in chat what their opinion is, but you're probably just like me, barely passing chemistry in high school, giving people advice on what you think medical doctors don't understand. Yeah, just settle down. Where does one draw the line? I think what the problem is, like, I think everybody can kind of agree that that social media has like a huge impact on like public perception of things, right? I mean, like if Twitter and Facebook and everything, like these clearly make a huge impact. And the reason why you can tell that is that you know, politicians use them, everybody uses social media. And if you have something that's that powerful, I think that it should have accountability to how it's used to the government. Because you have accountability one way or another, but what the difference is that whenever you have something like something that can affect an election, I think this is a good example, something that can affect an election, and it's very obvious that Twitter and Facebook, like I think Twitter and Facebook played a really big role in like Donald Trump getting elected back in 2016, like for an example. They played a huge role. Yeah, like Reddit's another one. And these companies, they can influence and affect public opinion and influence elections. And I consider that very dangerous, especially whenever the companies are owned by international interests that have no accountability or investment in the United States. So how is it a good idea that internationally owned companies have that much of a say and that much of an impact and a sway over public opinion? How's that good for anybody who's a citizen? It's not. What, I prefer to not be regulated? Yeah, exactly. Because at least you can change governments. How you decide if something's fake news or free speech? I'm with a set of criteria that is agreed upon. The same with anything. How do you make any decision about anything? It's the citizens' fault for being dumbasses. I do think that people need to be protected from themselves to a degree. That's why you have like anti-scamming laws and stuff like that. No, I think that people are skirting that now with like cryptocurrency scams, because a lot of the different ways that people make money on cryptocurrency, the government is like really lagging behind in terms of regulating it and having the right type of regulations and accountability for it. There's so many ways to bypass anti-scam laws. Well, especially with like newer things like crypto and NFTs, because they exist outside of the language that the laws have. That's why you have a lot of people who are promoting cryptocurrency without having hashtag ad. It's like, that's why they're doing it, is because they can manipulate people into investing into something that's not that they have a vested interest into without disclosing that. In North Korea, it's agreed upon that U.S. is an imperious evil force, that fighting is the goal of each of their citizen, but how objectively right are they? But it's agreed upon, nobody challenges it. It's dangerous to have someone deciding what's right or wrong. I think it's a very silly way to look at things, because we already decide what's right and wrong all the time. I think that, like, if you're afraid of, of drawing a line in the sand and making a judgment on something, then don't do it, and leave it to somebody who's more confident in doing it. But there are a lot there. Just because there are people that are delusional doesn't mean that being delusional is okay, or that it's equivalent with not being delusional. It's easier now to scam with crypto. So many people are in poor financial situation, do anything from freedom to overcome it. It's a very extreme circumstance too. Yeah, it is. Well, I think that the reason why the NFTs and cryptocurrency and stuff like that, the reason why it's so compelling, so I was reading. The reason why it's so compelling is that it's the true American dream, in my opinion. Is that it's you're getting rich for something that takes no effort, and the reason why it happened is because you're smart. Like, so basically it gives people it makes people believe that they earned it. Because it's like, okay, well, I worked really hard, or I'm smart. I have this level of insight into society, or into life, or into the world. And because I have this insight, I knew to invest into this cryptocurrency. And because I'm investing into this cryptocurrency, I'm going to be super, super rich. So it's like, not only are you successful with putting in no effort, but you're successful in a way that in your mind you earned it, because you're successful through understanding something that other people don't understand. It makes you feel different. You see kind of what I'm saying, and like why it's so compelling for people? Yeah. Americans especially love the get rich quick opportunities. I think everybody does. Australians, Europeans, Chinese, it's all the same. I think it's just more acute because we live in America. At least a lot of us do. A good point more about if you don't agree, it's because you don't have enough information. Oh, yeah. Average person rich off crypto is a moron who got lucky. Well, it's always like there's always a survivorship bias. So it's the same thing with streaming. It's like somebody goes and, they look at Twitch and they see Mizkif, and he's got 30,000 subs or something like that. Or Summit, who's got 30 or 40,000 subs. And I gave them as examples because they have their sub counter on screen. And you look at the amount of subs they have, and then like you do the math in your head, it's like, wow, this guy's making $100,000 a month. You know, or minimum 50 grand a month. Like, this is insane. So that's why it's like kids nowadays want to be YouTube superstars, or, you know, influencers, or streaming superstars, or internet personalities, right? This is what they want to do. And they like doing that because, again, it's something that sets them above other people, and it takes relatively no effort. Compared to, like, let's say being a doctor, where you have to work your ass off and, you know, work in residencies and, you know, stay up for 24 hours at a time. Fixing the waves right now. It's that if you don't like NFTs, it's fine. Just that teenagers, future gamers, will embrace them. Nothing you can do about it. I don't really think that's the case. I think it's actually a much stronger... This song's a little bit too much, man. I think it's a lot stronger than what you might believe, of people who just don't have... like, for a long time, people have tried to sell the idea of things and things like that, and I don't think people are going to buy into it. I don't think kids tomorrow are going to buy into it, or in 20 years or anything. I think that they'll have the same... that they'll think the same thing that we do. Is this the case? Thing about crypto, our parents said the same thing about us. I'm not sure about that. People are dumb, Zach. We don't know. No, people aren't stupid like that. To remove that, then you were unlucky and nothing else. Well, what I'm saying is, like, being lucky or not being lucky. Like, what I'm saying is, if you see some guy that made, you know, like $8 million on cryptocurrency because he, you know, bought Bitcoin in 2013 or something like that, right? Just hypothetically. That guy, for every one of that guy, there's 100 or 30 or 50 or 1,000, I don't know what the ratio is, of people that lost money in the market. And that's what I'm saying, is that for every person who's a winner, you also have losers. And the losers are what people don't keep in mind. And they don't think about, like, what the odds are. It's like gambling. I mean, investing's a gamble. Yeah, but I mean, like, I think it's much different, like, investing in, like, a cryptocurrency versus investing in a Fortune 500 company. Just because you have more things and more frames of reference to make a decision on. I mean, to some degree, every investment is a gamble. But it's like, is this an 80% gamble or a 50% gamble? When you're trapped in your economic class, I think people see it as worth the risk as a way out. And that's what you really capitalize on. That's what's so compelling about it. It's a way out of the lifestyle, because a lot of people, you know, we all grew up and we thought we were going to be, you know, what's the fucking Fight Club, the line, you know, we all thought we were going to be movie stars and, you know, rich and famous, and that's not what happened, basically. And people are fucking pissed off about it. And if you can capitalize and sell people on that dream, they'll give you all their money. Most people thought they'd have a job where one income could afford a house and raise a family like our parents had. Well, the truth is that it's going to be even less like that in the future. Like our kids probably aren't even going to have jobs. Most of our kids won't have jobs because they'll be removed from society. Maybe a little bit less loud, yeah. I'll turn it down a bit. Yeah, they're not gonna, how come? Because back 20 years ago, how many people were working at a grocery store? At the checkout lines, how many people are working there now? Less than a third. It's because they're replacing people with robots. Automation is meant to remove people? Yeah, like the entire goal of it is to remove people. It's a good thing. Well, it's not if it's a good thing or not, it just simply is. There's nothing you can do to stop it or push it away, or people are trying to they're trying to delay it, but that won't really matter. You can always make up jobs. Most jobs are kind of filler anyway. Yeah, how much filler can be absorbed before it's too much? Well, a lot of jobs are not filler as much as they are anymore, because there used to be a lot of filler jobs, especially with like assembly lines, etc. And like unions preserved some of the filler jobs, but over time that eroded too. It does not take away jobs, it diversifies the job description. No, it doesn't. It just takes away jobs. It already has happened with grocery stores. Like, I don't see how somebody can be so blind to something that's directly in front of them. It's already happened. I think as even more qualified jobs will be replaced and the simpler jobs will continue disappearing. It's not like before where you can move from a low-skilled job to other low-skilled jobs. Yeah, it'll it'll keep happening like that. I think so. Makes new jobs, but the new jobs are fewer. Yeah, I mean, it will make new jobs, but the ratio will be a huge negative. Shopping mall is another example. Yeah, maybe. What's happening with McDonald's and restaurants? Yeah. It's like, why would McDonald's want to pay $15 an hour to some moron that can barely fucking understand how to take an order, whenever they can just program a robot to do it and the overhead's $8? I mean, that's just the fucking truth, isn't it? Some guy makes french fries all day but somehow still sucks at making french fries. Yeah, I know. I've met him before. I know that guy very well. I'm just gonna make everything cheaper and money's gonna be harder to come by. Yeah, true. It's not like kids working at McDonald's though, it's grown ass adults. Shit sucks, man. Yeah, of course it does. I mean, that's just what's gonna keep happening. It's gonna keep getting worse, I think. Automation leads to suffering. That's a problem with capitalism. Having less work should be a good thing. It's not about capitalism or socialism or whatever. It's just about people being greedy. That's all it is. Like these bad things can happen in any system. Do you see much higher interest in developing better entertainment as a result of having more free time as a society? Yeah, I think we'll get things like, I have a good feeling that we'll like you and I, like a lot of us, you know, again, you know, mid to late 20s, early 30s, what a lot of our ages in here are probably. A lot of us will probably be able to experience some form of Sword Art Online. We probably will. And it's crazy to imagine that, but I think that it will happen. No way. I mean, a lot of the people that are very good at this kind of stuff think that it's going to happen. I've seen a lot of conversations about this. I think it'll happen. There's already a VR MMO coming out soon? Yeah, but it's going to be bad. That's the thing, is like all the beginning ones are going to be bad. What do you think about technological singularity? It's an interesting idea. I haven't really thought a lot about it, to be honest. Can you explain the metaphor a bit? I'm not familiar with Sword Art Online. It's like a full deep dive Neuralink VR. Basically. Everyone's too scared to clone their own organs to save their life. I think if you give... I don't know if that's true. Yeah, I don't think that's true at all. It's also a shitty anime. I thought the first season of Sword Art Online was fucking amazing. It's one of the best seasons of anime I've ever seen. Drop the balls halfway through? Yeah. I didn't want to watch a lot of anime. I've watched a good amount, but not a lot. We should focus more on the first season by spreading out the arc over many seasons. Yeah, I agree. Everybody said that the second season and onward was bad, so I just literally never even watched it. Something like Oasis from Ready Player One is what I'd like, able to make a living in your skill in video games. And people that think that they're going to be able to make money in video games, like this is going to be some sort of fucking ticket to freedom or ticket to being able to do what you want, I can't really express to you how delusional that is. It's just, it's so, like, it's such a childish thing to think. Like, there's like no logic involved. Like, we've already had this happen before. We had this happen with the Diablo 3 auction house, and we had it happen with WoW tokens now. Is you're going to be working for cents on the dollar, sweatshop wages, making no fucking money, playing video games, and you're probably not as good as most other people that are doing it. Let a man dream. Yeah, I know. I know. That's what your parents probably said to you. You can? You just cannot think it'll be easy. Well, let's think about this. Think about this, Val, just for a minute. How many people do you think are out there trying to make money as a streamer? Everybody is doing it. How many people are successful? Dozens. Hundreds. Out of millions. So, the odds are, you know, like whenever I first started making YouTube videos and stuff like that, the only thing I really wanted to do was make enough money to take care of myself while I was in college, because I didn't want to get a job because I needed to take care of my mom. And that was really what the goal was. Most girls with 100 viewers or less don't make 5 figures a month from donos. They probably don't make that much money. There are some girls that make a ton of money, but the problem with that is that, like, you have, there's a lot of girls that don't make that much money. Many of them do not make that much money. And then also, a lot of other ones, like, this isn't something that you're going to do. Like, for example, in 15 years, Summit is still going to be streaming. In 15 years, I'll probably still be making content. I can almost guarantee you I will. In 15 years, Mizkif will probably still be making content. Train will probably still be gambling in 15 years. And a lot of these female streamers, right? If you base your content around your body and being attractive, that just simply doesn't last. And that is just nature. And there's nothing you can do about it. You'd be surprised? No. Just get plastic surgery? Why would somebody want to watch a girl that has plastic surgery all over herself to try to make it look like she looks younger whenever they could just watch a younger girl? There's always a churn with this kind of stuff. Audience will get older. You're right. And do you want to know what happens whenever the audience of men gets older? You don't want to know what their opinions of women is? It doesn't change. Have you guys ever seen the graph that shows the correlation between the average age of a man and the average age of, like, the most attractive woman? And then the average age of a woman and what she believes the most attractive age of a man is? Well, let me explain it to you. No? Let me see it. I don't know if I can really find this or not. Oh, that was easy. Okay. I found it. So, here we go. And this right here, a man's age versus the age of women who look best to him. At age 20, it's 20-year-old girls. At age 49, it's 20-year-old girls. Women It's guys that are 23, and then they get older, and it's 34, and it's 40, and 45. You're not seeing any 45s here, are you? No. And that's the truth. Fucking men. Yeah, I know. Men are trash. Men are the worst, aren't they? I know, ladies. It's just, we're so bad. How's this bad? It's base? I don't care what you think about it. It's just, the point is that there's always, it doesn't matter. Like, this is just, it's not what people want to see. It's not what guys want to see. So, like, if you're a guy, I would never feel jealous or guilty or insecure because you have, you see some girl making a ton of money like that. Because it doesn't last. It never does. VTuber avatars stay young though. That is true. Women age horribly. At age 22, they all grow little mustaches and hormones take over. Damn, Quinn, you already got a new account, huh? That's crazy. Well, just don't let Twitch see that one. All these topics are infill self-reports are crazy. Doesn't have to last. You make millions a year though. It does. Because the ones that are making that much money, it's like literally a handful of people. I'll tell you one thing that, like, if I was starting out on Twitch, I would much rather be a guy than a girl. I'll tell you that for sure. 100%, man. What was the line from Dazed and Confused? I'm not gonna get quoted saying that one. It's from Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, not in 2022, man. Top 50 streamers is mostly men, maybe one or two women. Yeah. Guys want men, but OnlyFans shit seems really hard as fuck to keep up as a content creator. Well, I mean, I've known girls that are, you know, you guys know, right? I mean, I know plenty of girls that do OnlyFans, all right? It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of stress. It's not something that I would want to have to deal with. Caps? I mean, no, there's a lot of girls that put in low effort. But, like, it's also, you got to keep in mind that a lot of girls that put in no effort, like, they still put in a lot of effort to, like, their body to look good. Because if you're not attractive, then people aren't going to buy your OnlyFans. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen. So you still got to put in that work somewhere. You know, they have mental issues down the line. Yeah, exactly. It's like you've always got people that think like, oh man, I'll do this and it would never bother me, right? I don't know how many people like that have gotten into it and then turns out that's not the case. OnlyFans and porn in general should be banned. There isn't one benefit. I can think of a couple benefits. OnlyFans girls make a ton of money. Usually have a male manager who directs them. I don't know about being a male manager, but managers, yeah, sure, I think they do. Porn's toxic. Get out of it, man. I think it's just it's the same thing with a lot of stuff. Like during COVID, like this is probably the last thing I want to talk about. Then I need to go make myself a steak and go to bed. Is like during whenever I had COVID, I didn't jerk off at all. I'm talking about for like an entire week. And that's crazy. Like you think about like an entire week. Usually it's like an entire week. Yeah, it took too much energy. I was beat. And getting sick does that to you. Yeah, exactly. And you know how I felt? The exact fucking same. Yeah, nothing changed. Not a damn thing changed. You know, 2 after Dark Souls 2? No, I've got to get Gladiator and shit and WoW. How about porn addiction? How do you like your steak? I like my steak well done. And I'm not sorry. I like my meat overcooked because I'm paranoid of eating raw food. The mouth feel of anything that's not overcooked, the mouthfeel of it makes me sick. It's just the way that it feels makes me sick. Why do you eat meat? It's my favorite food. I love steak so much. I eat steaks every single week, multiple times a week. I don't eat anything raw. I love the blood. See, I think it's disgusting. It makes me think that I'm eating something that's it's undercooked. I have issues with the teeth. You gotta chew 5 times more than normal. Was reading tough, overcooked meat? Yeah, maybe. There was a point in time for like 3 or 4 years where I couldn't eat any steaks because I was missing so many teeth and there were so many broken teeth I just couldn't really eat them. And now that I've gotten some of my teeth fixed, I can eat them again. And so I'm eating a lot more steaks. Eat it rare, it wouldn't be so hard on your teeth. No, I don't like eating it rare. I like my steaks well done. Yeah, I don't want to eat it rare. It doesn't taste good to me. The mouthfeel of it makes me uncomfortable. It's that simple. You like fish? Not as much as I like steak. Well done's a crime against steak? No, it's not. Not eating a steak the way that you want to is a crime against steak. You like crabs or lobsters? Why the fuck would I eat a lobster? Like, what would ever compel me? What would ever compel me to eat a lobster? No shot that I eat a lobster. Because they taste good? No, they fucking don't. That bitch just came out of the ocean. I ain't eating the motherfucking lobster. That came out of the water, man. That's a goddamn fucking, like a crustacean. I ain't putting that shit in my mouth. It's disgusting. Don't like fish either. I would every once in a while go to Long John Silver's. And that's about it. So it's caviar. I'm not eating caviar. That shit's expensive, number one. I don't like eating eggs of things. I don't like it. I think it's perverse. I don't eat any eggs at all. Of anything. What the fuck? Eat fish instead? You have an eating disorder? No, I don't. Do you like actual eggs for breakfast? No, I don't. I don't have eggs. So you eat like a 5-year-old? Yeah, pretty much. Eggs aren't conscious? Yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't like, I think it's a perversion of the cycle of life to eat an egg. Is that weird? Like, I have no problem to kill an animal. Who cares? But like, the animal doesn't even have a chance to exist if you eat an egg. Yeah, it's weird. That's fine. I'm a weird guy. Kill a conscious creature instead? Yeah, exactly. At least it got a chance to experience life before you fucking put it on a plate. They're unfertilized? Well, what? It still has the potential. Do we go to the abortion topic now? I don't give a fuck about abortion, dude. I'm not a politician. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Somebody wants to abort their baby? Fine. I give a fuck. I'm not gonna spend all my time worried about some other person. We have an undercooked meat, but drink soda with 10,000 ingredients. I'll have you know it only has about 50. Doesn't care about that, but an unfertilized egg? I don't know, I just think it's weird. It's not like it's not a strong opinion of mine. It's just a mild discomfort. You know, this isn't something I'm gonna go out and shout out on the fucking the side of a mountain. It's just, yeah, this is a little bit weird to me. That's about it. Don't like eggs? That's quite political if you ask me. I think people get so upset about like different politics stuff nowadays. They're like in this constant state of high alert. What's the healthiest thing you enjoy eating? Steak? You think politics are always like this, where it's older and more aware? I think internet made politics a lot more accessible. You see a video of why I like to watch Asmongold after a long day? Maybe I've seen it. Probably I have. Young people way more political? Yeah, for sure. You can try and eat green beans. Why the fuck would I eat a green bean if I could eat a normal bean? Here's a really easy way to look at it. Okay, guys? Green foods are bad, blue foods are good. So, like, blue raspberry Skittles are good. Lettuce is bad. Blue Powerade is good. Cabbage is bad. Blue Gatorade is good. I guess yellow Gatorade's good too. Or green Gatorade. No, there is no green Gatorade. It's yellow. Blueberries are good. Asparagus are bad. Spinach is bad. Blue fruit roll-ups are good. Pepsi comes in a blue can. Do Pop-Tarts. Yeah, Pop-Tarts, good. Yeah, you have the blue raspberry Pop-Tarts are good. You ever seen a green Pop-Tart? Yeah, if it's out of date. It's simple. Blue is good, green is bad. That's how I make decisions on if I'm going to eat food or not. I'm not kidding. Blue paint? Okay. It's mostly that green is bad, right? Yeah, mostly the green is bad. What about blue cheese? I don't know what that is. Problem solved. It doesn't look good. It's disgusting. Do you have a favorite video of mine? I don't know. I'd have to really think about like what my favorite video is. I don't know. Actually, yeah, I do. I think this is like the best video I've ever made. I really do. I think this is like probably the best video I've ever made. This is just so fucking good. This video got trucks nerfed? Yeah, it probably did. If they buff trucks again, I'll go back to Warzone. Like, I'm telling you, like, they were so broken, it was ridiculous. And then I got two other of my friends, and like we were driving around with the three of us, all with trucks. It was so fucking stupid. Oh my god.
Nice, dude.
I'm sad that the video never really got super popular, but it just was so good. I don't even feel bad about it. I'm just happy that it exists. That's really the truth. I'm just happy it exists. Those were some fun streams. Yeah, they were. 150k, not main channel, it's good. I think a video doing well is like 1 million views. Like a video gets 1 million views and it did well. Like on the Zach Rar channel, I'd say like 500,000. Like 500k is good. So this one, this one, this one. Let's see, this one's pretty good. Oh, it's also it's a Shadowlands. 440. That's pretty good. I just stopped posting videos. I just haven't. I probably should post a video sometime soon. And this video is really popular. Yeah, some of the streams, some of the videos I do don't really do very well, but like they all get over like 100k viewers. It's funny, like, cause I have some of these videos that are, I think these are actually like really good videos, and like nobody fucking watched them. Algorithm doesn't like varied content. Yeah. Jesus. Look at them all. Playing Smash Brothers at school. Alright guys, I gotta go. I'll probably be back on tomorrow and do more of the Dark Souls stuff. I'll see y'all later. Hopefully you had fun. Cataclysm Madness. Yeah, is that still on there? I think it got removed. Yeah, it looks like it did. Yeah, so some of these videos are just like so stupid.
On high alert, boys. It's a fucking emergency. I went in to make myself a pizza, and lo and behold, guess what wasn't fucking in the refrigerator that should have been? Pepperonis. Pepperonis were not in the refrigerator, and they fucking should have been. I actually had a fresh bag of pepperonis, but the problem is that they were really, really old, and I opened up the bag, and it smelled like a rotten dick. So I'm here at Walmart, I'm getting pepperonis.
So this is like just a normal lifestyle. There they are. Jesus Christ. Look at that beard. Bum life, yeah. It's just so, it was so ridiculous. A beer is grizzly? Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ, I look like a fucking animal. Walmart influencer, yeah, there you go. No mask, yeah, it was 2017. Jesus Christ. Oh, I got two. Oh, that's smart. I got 2 bags. Very smart. Alright, guys. I'll see y'all later. Peace.